I'm Ty from the Gaming Hub, and this week we're going to be on location at a retro video game store in Oshawa, Ontario, just south of Simcoe, I take that back, south of Taunton, right on Simcoe. And the store is called G.A.M.E.S. What they do, like I said, they sell retro video games. It's pretty exciting stuff, and today we're going to also be asking a couple of questions and getting an in-depth look at the store owner, Jesse. So, as you can see for yourself, the store is well stocked. Vintage video games galore. Even though some of the original systems. You got your Sega Genesis, your GameCube, your original Nintendos. Look at that. Fully pimped out Genesis with a 32X Sega CD. An old Atari. I could have sworn there was a Dreamcast in this empty spot. I guess someone bought it. Yeah, it got sold. Some of the old gear. And yes, they even sell the old school toys, some of them current. Pretty good selection. Here's a Dreamcast. There it is. Alright, we got Jesse, the Big Boss Mansion. Now, for your store, what inspired you to create a retro video game store in the first place?
I actually started working in the video game industry in 2005 at a microplay. I picked up a large interest in video games from talking to some of the customers. One of them actually gave me a large collection of Super Nintendo games for free.
Wow.
He wanted one game back, and that was Chrono Trigger for the Super Nintendo. Over time, he eventually actually gave me even that, and for those who know the collectibles, they know that they're quite valuable. But it started me on my big collection. I loved collecting video games, I loved playing video games, and the store kind of fit. I was in the industry.
Fair enough. Now, it's my understanding this location's been around for 4 years now?
It has been at this location actually now for 5.
Ah, okay. Good for you.
And we've been 3 years at our old location, which was just down the road as well.
Alright, that sounds pretty interesting. Now, predominantly, this is a retro video game store, but you also sell current video games and hardware as well?
Of course.
You accept trade-ins for either store credit or, depending on situation, cash value as well?
We have cash, we have store credit, everything.
That sounds like a pretty good deal. And any big events coming up that the store might be involved with, or tournaments that you used to host, anything like that?
We are hoping to start getting back into the tournament scene again. We're looking around for some venues, hoping to have some bigger scale ones this year. We also tend to go to some of the smaller events that are held locally around, and we tend to do their tournaments as well. Smash Bros. Being one of the biggest ones, of course.
Smash Brothers was always where friendships were tested.
Of course.
Yeah. Alright, that sounds pretty cool. And every so often the store gets involved, like conventions with downtown, like maybe Fan Expo, or maybe this month's upcoming Comic-Con by any chance?
In future, we are looking towards some of the bigger venues as well. We had the opportunity a few years ago, we just didn't quite take it then. Had limited inventory then. Well, we've got lots now.
Yes, you do. Sounds pretty good. And yeah, your staff seems pretty knowledgeable. Do you yourself educate them, or is it just basically a requirement to work here that they are already pretty well disposed with video games, especially retro?
A little of both, actually. They have to have some kind of knowledge of what's going on in the industry. We have literally what we call the walking encyclopedia that actually helps out here, and he knows more than he should know, actually. And myself, I've learned as time has gone on. When I first started the business, I'm like, oh, there's only about 30 or 40 different systems out there. And for those who don't know, there's probably the 100 to 200 plus different systems, depending on how obscure you want to get.
That sounds good. Now, apart from that, you also are in the business of selling some action figures, what have you, and paraphernalia. You get those in from second buyers, and then you basically make sure they're good quality. Obviously, you don't want to sell garbage.
Of course.
Yeah, and when you accept trade-ins or video games hardware, you always make sure it's tested, 100% insured warranty.
As we're doing right now, actually, we are testing an Xbox One that is coming in, making sure that the controller, the system, all work completely fine. We test analogs, we test systems to make sure that all the games function on them properly, and make sure all the cables work as well.
That's good, giving the customer the peace of mind that everything is 100% on the level.
Of course.
All right. Anything else that you might want to bring up?
Lots and lots and lots of retro amazing things here. If you're ever looking for something, if you want to remember your childhood, this is a great place to be. We have displays for some of the really old systems that bring people, memories back. I always want people to leave here smiling, having a good feeling, and remembering some of the things that they used to play.
That's a very good way to look at it, good way to do business, because I personally have gone into video game stores, which will remain nameless. I'm not trying to pick a fight or nothing like that, but often I end up walking out less educated than I was when I went in, because some of the staff just are there to look pretty. They don't even know what they're talking about. But with you guys, It's the counter opposite. You guys know exactly what you're talking about. And that personally, me as a gamer, because I've been playing games since I could walk, it definitely makes me feel a lot better about the whole situation. Coming in here knowing that you guys are knowing what you're doing, you're going to take good care of me or anyone else for that matter. And how many people do you have on staff currently?
It depends on how you want to go. We actually have people that help us as volunteers. We have co-op students. We have some people that come and do work for us on and off. Officially, I'm the only official one here, but we have regular people that are here almost every day. There's 2 others that are quite regularly in here, and yeah, that's pretty much about the gist of it. People have questions, those 2 and myself pretty much got it down pat, or we can find the answer for the most part.
And as you can see for yourself, folks, there's no shortage of customers wanting to get their game on, which is always a good thing. High traffic. So, Jesse, thanks a lot for being on the show. Appreciate it. And for all those watching at home, if you like what you saw, feel free to click the like button, leave a comment in the description below, or if you really want to go out, feel free to subscribe to the channel. We really do appreciate the support. And with that being said, thanks a lot for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed what you saw, and we'll see you next time, okay? Take her easy.